Trying to get others to do what you want, this is coercion. It is in essence control. But what about rewards? What about positive reinforcement? What about negative reinforcement? Does all unwanted behavior have to end in punishment or even a threat of punishment? What about the child who does what you tell them to do only to escape punishment? What is the likelihood of their behavior that it will occur outside of your presence or the threat of the punishment? Often, we even toss out rewards only to threaten or to remove that which is earned. Little Susie goes into the store, and if she's a good little girl, Mommy's going to give her a treat. Little Susie gets a treat because she was a good little girl. But when she gets back into the car, her behavior is displeasing and undesirable, and Mom takes the treat, the very treat that she earned for being a good girl in the store, she takes because she had behavior displayed in the car. Chapter 16 addresses these issues of coercion. Is there any other way? We all have been in a place in one time or another where coercion has entered the scene. Much of societal issues result in punishment and negative reinforcement to control the said problem. But with what outcomes? But with what byproducts? Such a misunderstanding of behavioral control leads to a very broken system. This system is doomed to repeat offenses combined with increased violence, increased depression, increased oppression, hatred, and overall unhappiness. There has to be a better way. The old saying, "You catch more flies with honey than vinegar," enters into play, and then moves from a catchy phrase that my grandmother used to say to something more applicable to improve and move into a non-coercion environment. The authors say the same. Behavior control, and here's how we do it. Evidence over the past 80 years has revealed that positive and negative reinforcement, as well as punishment, are very powerful influences on behavior. With both positive and negative reinforcement strengthening while punishment takes away. Positive and negative reinforcement increase the likelihood of the behavior and its frequency. Positive reinforcement promotes something within that leads to a gain and thus leads to satisfaction. Negative reinforcement, by name only, is often misunderstood. It simply means something bad has stopped and that there has a relief because of it. While punishment leaves us without something we want or possibly something that we don't want. Coercion is utilizing both punishment and negative reinforcement. This is in stark contrast to positive reinforcement, which can instruct, grow, teach new behaviors, and then build upon the foundational skills and replace bad or undesirable behaviors. The authors point very clearly to, by doing what works, which is positive reinforcement, and not do what's been proven not to work, which is coercion, change is possible and even probable. With such differences, individuals, families, parents can all see a significant change and manage that change. Every teacher, law enforcement officer, parents, business leaders can analyze the situation at hand and decipher alternatives to coercion. For the business owner, what if you experienced a decrease in complaints? What if you experienced a decrease in personnel turnover? What if there was an increase in productivity? This occurs with positive reinforcement. For the teacher, What if you experience less bullying in the classroom, cheating, or skipping school? For the elementary teacher, what if you had less wiggles or less chit-chat? And in an opposite, you have an increase in studying and improved grades. This can all be achieved through positive reinforcement. For the parents, what if you experience less arguing with your teen or chores that are completed without being repeatedly told? Sure, as the authors point out, children, quote, of course need discipline. It helps ensure both our own safety and their eventual appreciation for social amenities. The first dictionary of discipline is training by instruction and practice, especially in self-control. Probably because society's major instructional methods depend on punishment and threat. Discipline has also become a synonym for punishment. To discipline children usually means to punish them. Sure, parents, business owners, families, we can all say no. This language communicates stop, danger, forbid, or even just taboo. But what if the word no was followed by an explanation and or positive reinforcement? What if it's followed by the positive reinforcement with a different action? What if we moved from that snarly, violent no to a behavior change that can be reinforced? We are then moving away from coercion, control. One of the great quotes from the book is how they define the guiding principles. The guiding principles are positive reinforcement works, coercion is dangerous. So my question for you is, without getting too personal, name an experience where coercion forced a behavior change. Was it effective for the long term? And how could positive reinforcement been used in its place? For me, I was caught smoking when I was a teenager. And my dad took away everything. I had no car. I also was made to clean the fence in the backyard they had this vines that were in it, and I had to sit there and clip all the vines. Did it cause me not to stop smoking? No, I just did it outside of the house. And if he caught me again, I was back outside to do it again. How could it have changed to become more? How could he have done something different to change that behavior? I think if looking back now, if we could have focused more on the health of not smoking, or even just not worrying about smoking, but just a healthy lifestyle in general, and then reinforced the good food, going to the gym, whatever was promoting a healthy lifestyle, and reinforced that positively, then I think that what would have happened in the long term would have been not smoking. That's actually what happened in the long term, but I just did it myself when I got into college and got into the gym and started working out and started eating healthy. The cigarettes became something that you didn't want. So I think if he would have done something similar versus being outside on the fence, I think that I would have saved a couple of years of smoking and a whole lot of money. So, all right, I hope this presentation makes sense, and I hope you have a fantastic day.